I was about 14 years old when I came here. We found out about the expulsion through radios and newspapers and word of mouth. It was a very big shock for the family because we had to uproot, pack everything in a small bag. We're 6 in the family. We were lucky enough that we all came together rather than being split up. My mum, my dad, my sister and 2 brothers. So there were 6 of us all together in there. We left Kampala. It was a difficult time for us trying to arrange the visa systems to come into UK. It wasn't just a sort of walk in straight. We had to get the visa from the British Embassy, queuing up, lining up to get the visas, get our tax affairs sorted out in Uganda, trying to arrange a plane ticket. We had to fund everything ourselves as well, and trying to get the money that we could take out of the country, and the maximum we could take out was £50 for the whole family as well. So there wasn't much in that respect. And the journey we had leaving Kampala to go to Entebbe Airport, that's the airport where we took the flight from, it used to be very perilous. The army used to stop people on the way at various ad hoc checkpoints coming along the way, rob the people of everything, whatever little thing they had in their bags as well. We were lucky in the sense that when we started our journey, the rules had changed. We were escorted by police on a convoy of coaches going onto the plane in there. So we were lucky in the sense that we were not stopped on the way. At the airport we had to check in, and then we were held on a hangar because we were not in the main building of the airport, but we were on the side in there. We had to stay about 7-8 hours waiting down there for the flight to take off in there. And we were on a scheduled flight from Uganda, Entebbe Airport to, originally was scheduled for Stansted, but because of, I don't know whether weather condition or something, the flight got redirected to Heathrow Airport. So we were transferred from Heathrow Airport to Stradishall by coaches. We came into the entry centre to register in there and collect clothing and winter clothings in there. We came to the Stradishall camp on the 24th of September. It's about a month we were here, and then we joined my maternal uncle in West London. It would have been definitely a very bad experience without the volunteers. Their contribution and help was very important in there. And it's like a opportunity to say thank you to them, really, from not just from me, but my family. And I'm sure I speak for all the other Ugandan Asians who came through here, that life would have been very different if we didn't have their help. In Stradishall, we were allocated, there were dormitories in there. So the families were separated by screens, the hospital type of screens in there, to divide the family units in that respect in there. But we were lucky that we, on the same dormitory, there was a little office, sort of, might have been a corporal's office or something, whatever, in the dormitory. And that's the one was allocated to my mum and my sister, so in terms of security and privacy for them as well. So that was kind of lucky in there. But the lifestyle was excellent because on the volunteers helped a lot on the canteen side to prepare the food, and what my brother, myself, and lots of other refugees who were there and they felt it was important that we give something back and not just sit back and take everything that the volunteers give in there. So we started taking, helping out in the canteen, cleaning up, washing up, put the chairs up, clean the tables, put the plates away in there. So whatever we could do to help rather than hinder in there. I think the cultural shock was lots of things at the time in there, the family structure and looking at how the locals live in terms of family unit. We were a very close family unit in that sense, in that all the family were together, and it was difficult to see the British culture being sort of very independent and on your own and doing everything. Obviously things have changed now, even in the Ugandan Asian community as well. So that was kind of initial shock. The weather was a big shock for me, coming in September time and watching the beautiful sun, and then you find out it's very misleading. It isn't sunny and warm out there. It is sunny, but it's not warm. So first time I managed to catch the cold, so I had to use the medical services of the Stradishall in there. The food in Stradishall was, I would say, good effort by the volunteers. Sorry, being a spicy man from liking my spice food in there. So we tried to. I think a lot of the ladies who were the expert chefs in the Ugandan Asian community also tried to help in there. We were lucky that some of the companies who had established Indian companies in there, one of them was Pathaks, just starting off their business at the time. They actually came, I distinctly remember coming to Stradishall, and they're bringing their wares around, sort of pickle jars and mango pickles and chili pickles, and so that kind of helped to supplement the canteen food in there, so to speak. When I left, was just starting my secondary education in Kampala, and coming here, I joined in the schools that were set up in the hangars in the Stradishall in there to learn, carry on with my studies for English and maths as the main basic ones in there. So after coming here, I did join in registered for the local school where I lived. I carried on in West London, did my O-levels and went on to do my A's and to do degree in IT. Here, when I started, I had to, as mentioned previously, to start contributing to the family kitty to pay for the lodgings and the food and for the whole family in there. So while I was waiting to register for my education, secondary school registration in there, I had to start working straight away. I worked in a fruit and veg shop in West London in there. I had never previously worked in my short life in Uganda. So it was an experience working in a fruit and veg, carrying boxes of apples, bags of onions, potatoes in there, bananas in there. In the winter of the 72 in there. So coming back home with aching backs and complaining to my mum, I can't do all this. And that was a very good lesson from her to say, now you're going to school. You're not going to give up your schooling in there. You're going to go back to school unless you want to do this job for the rest of your life. And I said, no, Mum, I'm not going to be doing this job if I can help myself. So education became a very, very important motto in our family. It's not in our family, I think it's in all the Ugandan Asian families as well. Education, education, education. The whole idea was from my mother to me and my brothers to say, you've got to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Nobody's going to give you anything for nothing. So that's the motivation that drove me personally to say, get the best education. The advantage was that the education was free here. Now, I mean, I can't even envisage what kind of life I would have had in Uganda, really, because as far as I'm concerned, this is really my home now. So I assimilated into the society here, really. There is still a connection with Uganda because I was born there and started my formative education down there. So it is, it's still part of me. It sounds a bit smaller part now in terms of the number of years in there, but it is still part of me, so it's part of my roots. I was very, very pleased to hear that this was taking place. I heard from a local person living in this area, a friend of mine, and I got in touch with them and I said I'd like to be part of it and try and give my family's history as well, and in a way to come here to say thank you, really very much so, to the volunteers who helped us. A lot of people came through the Stradishall areas in there, and we were treated excellently. There's no complaint at all, really.